It's not our job to choose who's going to serve Yahuah and who's not. So it's Yahuah's job. It's our job to fulfill our purpose and be obedient to him and walk in righteousness and let his light shine through us in all that we do. It's his job to choose the people. We don't choose people. In Acts chapter 9, just telling a story about after Sha'ul, who was Saul, who was Paul, after he had his interaction with Yahusha and he got blinded. And then Yahuah sent Chananyahu, and the KJV is Ananias. He sent him to go restore Paul's sight and be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh so he can start his ministry. But Chananyahu didn't think that Sha'ul was the type of person that would be able to do this. The disciples saw him as evil. But this is an example that it's not up to us to choose. We don't know Yahuah's plans for other people's lives. It's not our job to know. It's our job to do what he tells us to do and to be obedient. Acts chapter 9, verse 10. And there was a certain Talmud at Damascus named Chananyahu, and Yah said to him in a vision, Chananyahu, and he said, Behold, I am here, Adonai. And Yah said unto him, Arise, and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Yehudah of one called Sha'ul of Tarsus. For behold, he prays, and he has seen in a vision a man named Chananyahu coming in and putting his hand on him, that he might receive his sight. Then Chananyahu answered Adonai, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he has done to your Kodeshim at Yerushalayim. And here he has authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on your name. But Yah said unto him, Go your way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the other nations and kings and the children of Yasharel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. And Chananyahu went his way and entered into the house, and putting his hands on him, said, Brother Sha'ul, Yah, even Yahusha that appeared unto you in the way, as you came, has sent me, that you might receive your sight and be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh. So you see, Chananyahu, he was obedient to Yahuah. He questioned him, but he was obedient. But we don't question Yahuah. We just obey. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. We don't know the whole story. We can't see the whole picture. We can only see what we can see. We need to just take care of our responsibility and do what we're supposed to do. Yahuah will work everything else out. You can't prejudge people. See, Chananyahu was talking about the evil that Sha'ul was doing. What did Yahuah say? In verse 15, he said, But Yah said unto him, Go your way, for he is a chosen vessel. Sha'ul was a chosen vessel. Yeah, before he came into the light, into the minute, and before he started doing his ministry, before he got filled with the Ruach, he was doing evil, just like we all do before we get filled with the Ruach, before we get our interaction with Yahusha. We don't know better. You don't know what you don't know. So then when he came into the truth, he changed his ways. So we don't know who all is chosen, who is not. And it's not our job to do the choosing. Yahuah has already chosen the vessels that he will use. Now it's our job to just be obedient. That's why the Bible says we are no respecter of persons. You use wisdom when dealing with people, but you don't treat people differently. You don't change your ways. You always be in the way. You always be in righteousness, obeying Yahuah, living righteously, operating with wisdom. We don't change from person to person. We don't treat people different. We show love to everyone equally. We show the love of Yahuah to everybody because we are the example. And we don't prejudge, and we don't pick and choose, and we don't choose who will and who will not serve the kingdom. Yahuah chooses who will and who will not. Just like Sha'ul. Sha'ul was a chosen vessel, but Chananyahu didn't think so. He was like, Are you sure? He was questioning Yahuah. Yahuah said, Yes, he's a chosen vessel, chosen unto me to bear my name before the other nations. So that's why it's important that you deal with everybody with love, that you be obedient to the word, you be obedient to Yahuah, you be led by the Spirit, you be led by faith, not by sight, because his people are already chosen.